Hey there, Rhoda here. Welcome to my craft room. Today's theme is woven pockets. These are easy to do, but very intricate in the design. It gives you a chance to use up a lot of those scraps as well, and that is a plus. And you can collect scraps so fast. We will look at four styles options that could work for any occasion. Um, Gail Augustinelli did a few styles a few years back, and I've come up with a couple myself, like a woven fence and a garden gate, a music score, and I've got one. It's corner tucks. It's not really a pocket, but it would serve as some type of a pocket. I hope everyone is happily crafting today. So we are going to get with it here. Maybe you can craft along with me. We have these. I gotta shave this off. My cutter does not do a very good job and leaves these little pieces, and I always have to shave it down. And so these are a 2.5 by a 5-inch rectangle, and you have 4 of them. And if you search for woven pockets, this is probably the very first thing that'll come up. And what you need to do is we're going to weave them together like this. I think that one goes under there like that. So this is what will this is what it will look like once you've got them together. She sews them. She sews all around the outside edge once she gets them together, and she'll clamp them and then run them through a machine. But I'm going to just show you how to do them here. The only part you have to look out for is you want to have these sections open, because this is where the little tags would go. I couldn't quite figure out how big hers were. I think hers were actually 6. They were 2.5 by 6 inches long, and she cut the ends off to make a little tag, but I thought those were so small. So I'm going with mine this way. All right, we're going to pull these two down, and we're going to glue this side right here and this side. So let me do this and then this, and we'll put our two corners together. I've done them before. I don't know what I did with them, so I could show you an example. Probably gave them to somebody in a book. More than likely, Mom's got them. But they are much easier, I believe, when you do sew them. Okay, on this one, we're going to glue this edge, because this one's going under. Whoops. And then we're going to sew the back side of this one. And it's going to lay on top. It's just like what you do with a cardboard box. You just have to make sure you leave enough there in the center. So, and I didn't do that. There we go. Just so I have that crack there. All right. Then the last one is going to be under on this end and over on this end. So how are we going to do that? I think I'm just going to stick it down and tack it as well as I can. And I see more of them little hairs. Ugh. I probably just need to change my cutter. It's seen better days. So this is what we're going to do here. Go across. Go under here. Put that corner down. Then we're going to do the same here. I think if you just get it partially, that's all you need to worry about. This, as long as it holds. There we go. Make sure everybody's stuck down. I do want to make sure I do the corners though. Make sure those corners get caught. And I'm always making a mess. Boy, am I a messy person. Okay. Now at this point, if you felt like you wanted to cut these edges off that are not quite straight, you can. Like that, especially if it's going to be blaringly obvious, like that one was. Okay, for our little tags, we're going to take and cut our corners. Oop, usually I flip it. And then we cut like that. And you can do them up with the hole in the middle and the string, whatever you would like, but they will go in there just like that. And you can put words on them. I was just using scraps that I had there from a journal that I'm working on, but you would fix all of your points and they would look just like that. If you do them in different colors, like coordinating, like this square would match this tag, it's really, really pretty. So those are called woven pockets. And then the next thing that she had that would come up is she was weaving a large piece together, and I did that just the other week, just trying to use up some of these pieces of strips that I had. So all you have to do is weave them up and down. You see I have different sizes in here. It was just the cast-offs from when I trimmed the edges of paper. Some of them are cardstock, some of them are just regular copy paper. And you can see I had more prints on this one. And this one was actually mostly an envelope. You can see the part of the name and address there. So we're going to actually take this one, and I'm going to show you what she actually did with it. We're going to take some old packaging, which is a nice size. It's not too thick, but it's thick enough just so it won't, you know, clog up your book to be too thick, you know. Alright, so what we're going to do, I'm going to make a triangular pocket here. And I'm going to cut it down this way. So I'm going to glue it down to this piece. And I'm going to just use the back and what prints I've got showing to kind of give me an idea here. And then I'm going to just, I'm hitting things. I can't lay my glue tip against the edge and drag it. It's like a bumpy road. I used to live on a dirt road for most of my life, and they finally hard topped it. But you knew where every pothole was. You were ready. And then when they did fix it, it was like, why did they do that? I knew where everything was. Okay, we're going to do this. I'm going to actually pull that out because this is sort of warped on the edge. Now you can spray these if you have some spray paints, distress paints especially. It would be really pretty to spray and see how it would bleed down in through the holes and everything before you placed it on a back sheet. And okay, now we're going to just take, you don't see the back because that's going to be down. That's going to be your pocket. So I'm going to just take it and go straight across with it. And try to get as close to possible, point to point. That wasn't too bad. I'm going to come in here. And we may have to do a little repair work, which it's always a possibility. So here, I can see that piece sticking up. Oops. But I think most of the rest of them stayed, which is great. So what you would do is you would take, and this ends up being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's just a tad over 5. But you put it in the corner of your paper. We're going to use this one. You put it in the corner of your paper like that, and you're able to tuck a card, a journal card, tag, whatever in there. Now you can get fancy and take you an extra piece of strip, when it's long enough, of course, and go over the edge there and neaten that up. You can put lace on it. You can ink it a little bit and try to give it some color, especially where I didn't have anything. And see, it'll kind of dull that white down. if you didn't have any sprays, this might be the way to go. There we go. But that will make a really pretty pocket. And all you have to do is put you something on the front of it. Who knows what? I didn't pull anything out for this, but something like a butterfly, some book page, just something to add to it, and that will really enhance that. All right, what is that? 2 down? Let's see what I've got left here. This one here is, I had a music page here that I was going to put into another book, and I was trying to come up with a way of showing you a loosely woven pocket. See, the tight woven is the only ones I could find online. The loose woven, so it's different. It's new that I wasn't aware of seeing. So what we're going to do first, and I thought this would help, because I'm not sure what a tag or something going down in the pocket would do. I picked this piece of vellum. It's got a little bit of glitter in it, and I'm going to actually glue it down. I made like a 1/4 of an inch, or is that 1/2 inch? I think it's a 1/2 inch fold over. I don't really have a definite size. It's 3 inches once it's folded, so this was originally 3.5. So we're going to go ahead and glue this part down, and then we're going to glue the sides. Okay, put me a little tip in there. Oops, I didn't think this out. I hadn't done this before, so okay. It's always something new. It's something that hits me. I get the idea. I try to think, how can I show this to somebody? And most of these things you've got strips of paper. You've got strips of cardstock probably left over you weren't sure what to do with. So I'm hoping a lot of this is things that you're able to use on hand at home. And it's always hard when somebody shows you what they've got and they're making something and you're not able to make it because you just don't have it. So I thought this is something that works for both of us. All right, now you're just going to make, and see, I never took music. I wanted to, but my sister messed it up for me. She played clarinet, and they went and put the money into it, and then she didn't stick with it. So, I'm trying to figure out how far I need to be apart here. So, anything that she failed at, I wasn't given the chance to do, so I went into art. And art became my thing. I drew horses all the time. I did other crafts. It was something for me to do that got my creative juices flowing. I could make something for somebody. It always comes in handy. Always making cards. I'm going to stick this one up here at the end. Oops, where is the end? I need to get new glasses too. Ooh, there we go. That one sort of got fuzzy on me. All right. Now, I think I got a little off here somewhere, but artistic license. Isn't that what they say? Artistic license. Yeah, I'm not stuck down. Good. Okay, there we go. Now, what I decided to do here is I've got a piece that will go from here to there. That's going to finish that. And I think there's supposed to be one in the middle. I think that one's too short. Boop. And I'm hoping this is giving you a few ideas. I mean, you can You can go to town with some of this, figuring out what you could do with this strip or that strip. I've always been braiding these strips before because I did cards before I went into junk journaling. Did a bunch of greeting cards. And I was doing those long ones. What do they call those? I can't remember right now. But I did a few braided ones and had a bunch of greens and made pretty garden scenes with them. Put flowers. Okay, we're almost done. I'm going to go ahead and put this one in the center, just so I could use it. And I'm going to show you a really easy music note. Now that S-shaped thing, whatever you call it, does that stand for stanza? Like it's a new stanza? I'm not sure. But the music notes are really simple. There we go. This thing, I drew this out, and it's going to go up here at the beginning. And I just kind of eyeballed an old music score that I had over here on the floor and used it to sketch it out. There we go. I think it goes right here. This is another reason why I chose to put vellum underneath, because I knew I was going to be gluing this down and it was going to be bleeding everywhere. I'd never get anything in this pocket. And this pocket, by the way, is opening that way. This is the spine, and this will be the opening. And here are my music notes. And we are taking a 1-inch circle, and then we're taking just a strip, and instead of the flaggy thing, whatever you call it, instead of the flaggy thing, we are taking and just gluing our circle to this. I think it's right there on the end, right? Yeah. So, music. Anybody that knows what this is, all I know about music is the sound of music. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. That was always one of my favorites. All right, and we're going to I'm going to make an upside down one this time. I know there's upside down ones too. Okay. We'll put him in here. In the next area. We'll drop him down below. So it's not like just a dead end down there. Looks like a cow gate, doesn't it? I just now realized that. Oh well. We'll sing until the cows come home. Oh gosh. Okay, here's my circle. Get that on there. Decent. Okay. And we're almost done with this one. And then we're going to go, no, we don't want to go up. We'll go down. I think they go down this far. Okay. There is our music pocket. And let me find you something to stick in there so you can see what it'll look like. And see, you're able to see what's in behind it. So if you had something that you really wanted to stand out and see, it would stand out. And it's a pretty good sized pocket. I think it's about 5 inches. So that one's done. We're going to flip it over. And I got another design here that was a real easy design. It's the corners. So all I did was I laid my piece down here onto my grid. and I went and made it with 3 inches and did my diagonals. And then this one, you can kind of see I've already placed a piece over top of that one just to clean up that edge. See how this edge is? So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And that's just going to be doing this. And then I put that over here. And then I just got to trim. And this is the one that's not exactly a pocket. It's a side tuck. Or, no, it's not even a side tuck. It's a corner tuck. Because you're going from corner to corner. So I believe this one, I want to put this one in this corner, and the other one will be in the opposite corner. And all we're going to do is we're going to do those edges of the two, the right angle sides. Yes, the right angle sides. I liked algebra, but when it came to those other ones, I wasn't too good in math. I had those algebra equations stuck in my head for some reason, but the rest of it kind of failed me. Okay, we have that down. And then, since this is the spine, I believe it should come in a little bit. We just don't want to bind up our spine, and that would probably bend it. It's not got much thickness to it, but it's just maybe thicker once you get the journal card in it. So we're going to go about here. And if you weren't crazy with the way this one side is, you can actually go over it with a piece of strip as well, if that would work. I'm not even sure you would see it though, if it's going to be in the spine of the signature. Now, where did I put that? Oh, I had this. I wasn't sure if this was something I could show you how it would tuck in, but I made this a while back. This is just a piece of music paper from a little pad I had, and I had stuck a few things on it. Just these words. I think everything else was already on it, so it was a really pretty piece. So what this would be like is you would do it like that. And see, you could put you a really, really large journal card up in there. And that makes a really nice tuck. You're still able to access it. You could do some secret journaling in behind it, because nobody would see it. Plus, you can journal on the back of here, whatever you choose to have for your journal card. So there was that one. Oh, we're cooking now. Okay, this is the last one, and this is the one I was going to have to piece together. And this is my gate, and then the other one is my fence, I guess you would call it. I got a few little items I picked out to decorate it. But this is just a loosely woven piece. It's going to be similar to the music note one where you can see through it, but we went at a diagonal on everything. And I made it to where it was going to be about 5 inches. I haven't cut this one down. Kind of wish I had now so I wouldn't have to worry with it for you, but I've got an X-Acto knife that I can use. One that's old as the hills. So I'm going to cut this down at 5 inches. And then I'm going to cut the other side. And we're going to see how lucky we are. I've had this cutting mat for ages. I used to sew. I used to sew quilts. And loved to piece them. I got tons of fabric still. I'm going to have to start using that in some way in my junk journaling, because I imagine I can make all kinds of beautiful covers with them. All right. Whoa. There we go. Did I get that one? Nope, that one got away from me. Okay, so we got those two pieces done. Get these out of the way. And then we got to do our bottom. And I gotta make sure, yeah, making sure I have a low spot there, low tide. There we go. So let's cut that. Bumpity bumpity bump. There we go. Still missed it. I glued that baby good, I guess. Okay. There we go. That's done. Now the top piece, I am going to just cut in a minute. Now what I did for my top, I wanted it to be kind of decorative. I don't know if you've seen those really pretty gate kind of fences. But I took a coffee mug, a real big coffee mug, and I did this inside circle. And then I kind of lightly sketched me another circle to be the rest of it. And then I just went straight out. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to cut that out, and that's going to be the top of my fence. And I don't know if you're one that can cut a circle, but I'm okay at it. Let's put it that way. And it doesn't have to be exact. I wasn't sure how else to make it. It was going to be too big to do with a saucer. I mean, or should I say too small. And I figured this was the easiest way to go about it. And it's something that everybody has. And it doesn't take much to draw that extra piece there. Because you could go around it and make little dashes. I think it's about a half of an inch wide. So you could go with a ruler around and make the dashes. That would help be your guide. And then the top is just straight back and forth. Okay, got that done. That's trash. Now, keep throwing it around. All right, what we're going to do is go probably about right here, because I need to cut some of that out because I didn't extend it too far up in there. Let's see about putting some glue. I tell you what, the easiest way to go about this is to mark it. So we are going to do us a little line so we know where to put our glue, because we need to put the glue on the grid. If I put it on the back of this, it's going to be all over the place. Okay, there. So I know to go on the inside, a little bit there, mostly there. It's going to squish for me when I go to put this down too. Okay. I think I plan on putting this in a, I think it's called Flower Market. I want to get a digital kit called Flower Market by the Journal Boat that I think is so pretty. And I want to do that. And I believe this would work really, really well, really well into that. So what we're going to do now is just cut all the excess away. I know, you're saying, I just put all that work into weaving that, and now she's wanting me to cut it off. But it was kind of trash anyway. It's hard to really do anything with the real skinny ones. Now the fat ones you can take and put words on it, other types of stamps, and have something useful done with those. All right, and of course our pieces here on the ends are too long. We don't need them. I wasn't really sure how big to make them. Okay, there we go. Then what we're going to do is put it on the other side here. I think I'm going to use the back side here because the gate's going on the other side. I figured it would work just as well. Now here's the outside edge. right side of my page. And I'm going to go right up against that. So I'm going to again go just on the outside edges. Oops, I bent that one. I think I did that when I cut it. Okay. Go along the bottom. I bet everybody's going to start saving up their strips now. I was trying to think of some cutesy little word to call this, but nothing would come to mind. Let's see where, yeah, the outside edge is here. We're putting that down along our edge. And then I've got an extra strip of paper. I had thought to put it along the bottom, but I think I might actually put it along the side. Well, if I do that, I'd need to do it on both sides, wouldn't I? Now, at the moment, I'm going to do the bottom, and then I'll come back and reevaluate to see if I need it on the sides, which I actually do believe it might be a good idea. But use your own eye. Always start training your eye to see if you like that, if you think it needs to be fixed, does the colors work? It's always something you can do to train it. And see, that's what we were going to do with this, is have a big journal card go down into it. And here was a few little goodies that I picked up out of a, what is this, the snippet? No, it's the field note. It's the ephemera pack in the field notes. And all of these little pieces, even the card itself, come out of it. And this butterfly has sort of the teal look. This is one of my dyed papers I did the other year. And I wanted mushrooms. Yeah, I'm a mushroom crazy. I love the mushrooms. Oh, that looks really good. Well, what are we going to do? We are going to just do a few dots. How about that? Because we're in the situation where we don't want it to stick. So what we could do is do it like this. And where it sticks through the holes, I will be catching it. Oh yeah, that fixed it. I see a little bit of seepage, but I don't think it'll hurt. And we got a tiny one for over on this other corner. We're just going to dot it so we don't flood it. Okay, there we go. And then I thought to have like this, but I don't know, maybe that'll help cover up some of that ooh there. Yeah, why don't we do that? That might work. I love stamps. Has, oh, I didn't need that there. It has like an old look to it. And this is one of the field note stamps here that they gave you in paper form. I've got the stamp set too. I love it. Use it for all kinds of stuff. That says immortelle. Does that mean it's an immortal flower? Okay. That's not to get to thinking too much. All right, there we go. And we're going to put this little butterfly here, because I really don't want to do anything up above, because I probably plan on putting a really, really large journal card. That'll cover most of my back. There we go. And there's that. Oop, I forgot to put that in there. Catch it. All right. All right. Make sure I'm still good. still good. Oh yeah, okay. Just want to make sure I didn't mess that up. Okay, this side. And let me go back in there one last time with my card so you can kind of see it. Let's see, this is a smaller card, but it's real pretty. It looks like you're at the woven garden gate fence. Because here's the gate. So what I've got here is the same concept, but in a straight line. And what I did was I started here, and I made it 5 inches wide. I didn't want it any wider because it wouldn't really fit on the page well. And so I took the center of the third one and put my longest piece. Then I went down in 1/2 inch increments, and I believe it's a 1/4 inch piece in between, or a 1/4 inch gap. And then I had an extra piece that I put across, as you see on most gates. And then I put a wider piece here to glue over that. Now, I'm going to go ahead and cut along the bottom. And to make it interesting, instead of just straight, you can kind of go in there and do like a weavy kind of a design. This is an old gate. It doesn't have to be neat and precise. And the same with the top. We're going to give it a little bit more zhuzh. We're going to actually do that point at the top and then come down the other side. And you just kind of let your scissors do the walking. There. Okay. I think that turned out good. I got a pile of dirt here. I mean, not dirt. I got a pile of goodies. But those scraps are heading out. When I first got to doing this, I thought, oh man, what if I make that a flip? And I thought, no, I'm not this time. But if you are adventurous, you could make this into a flip. You could have extended these two pieces here to wrap, to go under about a 1/4 inch. And then you could glue those to your page, and then this could flip out. So that might be something interesting you might want to try. And if you had any little brads, you could put brads here to look like nails. I didn't think to do that. I should have done that. I did, though, have me a little lock that I had from some other Tim Holtz projects. He had about 6 different styles. Oop, that's sticking over. I can't go that way with it. And I put that little piece of white back there instead of me trying to find a hole to make the keyhole open. So I just put that little piece of white back there, and that did the trick. Okay, so what we're going to do here is put yet more of our yet more of this, and I'm just going to cut a piece to go on the back side to keep those brads, the brad tails, whatever you call those, from affecting anything. I don't know if it would, but we're just going to play it safe. This is already sticking out a little bit because of the size of the lock. So, I mean, not lock, keyhole. So, but it's always nice to have a little metal on your items. It gives it architectural interest, textures, those kind of things that really draws the eye in. Okay, we got that done, and now what we're going to do is glue down our gate, and we're going to do it on the outside edges because we don't need anything else in it. And go across all the bottoms, and then go across the top, And everything else is staying open. All right, and I'm going to be over here to the right side because that's my opening edge. Now you can leave, if you made this smaller, you could leave a few of the ends sticking out a tad, like you do see in some of the old gates. I made this so big, it wasn't no way to do that. But that would also add interest, where these two edges here might stick out a little bit. Okay, that's done. And to decorate this one up, I got a big mess. And to decorate this one up, I went for my ribbons. I had this one ribbon that looks like a little vine, and I thought to go up there like that. And I have a daisy ribbon, I guess you'd call it. So I was going to decorate that up with those. So first, though, I'm going to figure out where I'm going to put my lock. It's going to go there. I'm going to go ahead and glue down my two ends here, just on there. And I'm not going to trust myself with the glue on the back of this guy because it's going to be everywhere. Oops, and look, I went a little bit too far. Let me get over here and wipe that. I should have eyeballed it the other way. Okay. Now what we want to do is push that down. There we go. It's still got a little movement in it. It's kind of neat. All right, here's that. That's going to go down. What I need next is my Fabri-Tac. That is going to put down my ribbon. And we're going to go about it. Ooh, I think it needs to roll a little bit. Here it comes. Oops. This is not always the easiest stuff to use. But boy, does it stick. And it sticks fast. I need to get this on here. Ugh. It's sticking everywhere. Okay. I tell you what. I'm going to go ahead and stick this part down because it's worrying me. There. And then I'll see where else I need to stick it. Alright. There. That works. We're going to see where it needs it now. I think this piece here. Shouldn't have laid it down. Oh, come on. Alright, this piece. This piece. And this piece. And this piece. I've been tired of me hearing this piece, this piece. Oh, all right. There we go. I just have my little spatula over here that doesn't stick to this stuff, but I forgot to pull it over here. Okay, let me see. I'm making sure I didn't let any of that glue go down in there. Nope, I think we're fine. We're fine. Oh, no. It had a little bit of a bubble. So let me put that on the back side there. Let's see if I can actually use some from this other one. Whew. There we go. Oh yeah, I got plenty. So I figured this was a daisy vine. Ever heard of one of those? A daisy vine. We're going to stick it right here. We don't want to be anywhere in those open areas. So try to avoid those if you decide to do some decorating. And then we're going to come put one right here. That's good. Okay, so we have our gate accomplished. And I think that's cute. See, you go down in here. That's the edge of our gate, but it goes all the way down to that bottom. I hope you can see that. I'm sorry. All right. So all the goodies that we accomplished today are this one, which I'm going to trim that edge off. I don't need that there. Then our gate. And then we have our fence, I'm calling it. I think that's a good word for it. And then we have our tuck, which it works like that. And then we have our music score, and that works like that. And I think our other one was the braided pocket. And oh, and the woven pocket. And the woven pocket. These two were Gail's ideas. If you got on there and search for woven pocket, you will see 5 to 6 videos, and most of them were hers and her ideas. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed that. I'm sorry it was a longer video. I had a lot I was throwing at you, and I really hope you take some of these and start experimenting with them. Thank you to all my subscribers, and if you aren't one yet, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for visiting.